The South African Council of Churches is today launching the National Indaba to address concerns about foreign nationals. Now, this follows growing anger towards alleged undocumented migrants. The Indaba focuses on the role migrants play in our society and economy. eNCA's reporter Manqoba Mchunu is following the story and joins us live. Good afternoon, Manqoba. A very important conversation and dialogue that is much needed now. What has been said today?
Well, certainly, Mfundo, it is a very important conversation given the tensions that we are seeing in Alexandra as well as Soweto. You recall that in the past few weeks we have seen Operation Dudula calling for those illegal or undocumented immigrants to be removed from the country, essentially saying that they want South Africans to be given jobs over foreign nationals. And what the South African Council of Churches is saying is that, in fact, this is a very serious issue that needs to be dealt with. They're saying that, it won't be feasible and it won't be possible, in fact, to ensure that all of those foreign nationals are removed from the country. In fact, they're saying that it's not beneficial at all to the country for them to be removed. And they are calling for an engagement. And will be in a form of an Indaba that is expected to start from today. They have launched that Indaba. You recall that in January they had alluded to the fact that they had wanted a national dialogue to be held in this on this particular issue. But what we do understand at this point is that this Indaba will focus on primarily the issue of immigrants in the country. They are calling for submissions from various people to make inputs on this matter, and they're saying that they're hoping that through these submissions they'll then have a bigger forum where these issues will then be thwarted out on the table. But top of those issues, of course, is the employment of foreign nationals. They'll be looking at the employment and the quotas of foreign nationals in these particular sectors and hoping to find lasting solutions in this matter. But take a listen to what some of those objectives are of this Indaba.
The foundation of our work in developing the approach for this platform has been to seek a full understanding of the challenge as it presents itself, and additionally, to interrogate the factors that contribute to this challenge. We've identified that a major contributor to this is the depth of poverty that's gnawing at the life opportunities of what the SACC refers to as the excluded majority. South Africans who are historically outside of the main fabric of the economy. The excluded majority are largely located in the poor communities of our country, where there is much contestation for livelihood opportunities between poor South Africans and non-South African persons.
Now, I must say, Manqoba, it's actually commendable that we have organizations such as these taking their rightful place in society and tackling issues of social injustice, and particularly this one, as we said, it's a very hot topic right now if we're speaking migration. So what will the process be, and when do we expect the forum to actually take place?
Well, Mfundo, what we do understand at this particular point is that the process has been open. So it's open to submissions at this time, and people are being invited, of course, interested parties. Those would include community organizations. Those would include those organizations that have been raising issues about immigration, and also foreign nationals themselves who have been really the victims, so to speak, in this particular tension that is brewing in these communities. And so they are calling on those parties to make their input to the Indaba. And so the platform that has been provided currently is a website. They can send their submissions to nationbuilding at SACC.org.za. There'll also be a WhatsApp platform that will be made available at a later stage. We do understand that after those submissions have been made and the closing date will be on the 31st of March, a process of engagement will then begin where those particular submissions will then be collated, will be analyzed, and if at all there's need for clarity, they will call some of those authors to give clarity, and that will ultimately then culminate into a solutions dialogue which is expected to take place in June, and that's where they are hoping to thresh out these issues and really try and find a lasting solution to this particular issue. But take a listen to what they have to say about this process.
Special engagement sessions will also be conducted with various organizations such as community-based organizations that may be relevant, labor and employer organizations, small business and vendor organizations, organized organizations of non-South Africans, as well as various government departments as these are relevant. Throughout this process, and of course, as we have said, the President will write to these and invite and request these opportunities for meetings. Throughout this process, a research unit will focus on gathering relevant information and verifying claims made in the various submissions.
A welcomed initiative indeed. Manqoba, thank you very much for that update. That was reporter Manqoba Mchunu just giving us the latest following that briefing by the ACC.